Alright guys, I'm gonna be telling the story time about how I got shot and my girlfriend got killed. Okay, so boom, I was talking to my girlfriend for about, I wouldn't even necessarily say that she was like fully my girlfriend, but we had been talking for about 2 months now. And everything was going smooth, for real. I was really fucking with Shawty. Like, I don't know, everything was perfect with Shawty. Like, she was fine, thick, smart, everything that I could possibly want in a female. Like, she had it. Like, Shawty had it. So this happened last Saturday. I'm gonna start from Friday night, from last Friday, because that's when we went out on our date and like just had the best night of our lives. Like, best night of our lives just turned to a nightmare. So, basically last Friday we had went out on a date. You know, we went bowling. It was great. Like, we went bowling, played pool, drank a couple shots. You know, everything was perfect. Like, it was like the best night ever. We talked about everything, like everything, our future, what we wanted to be with each other. Like, just, it was nothing that went untalked about that night. It was just like, I felt like that was the one for me. Shawty was definitely the one. So we finally finished our date up, and it was probably like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning by the time we go in and shit like that. Went Waffle House, and I don't know, everything it seemed smooth so far. Like, I didn't see nothing out of the ordinary. Nobody calling her phone, nobody blowing her shit up and texting her, or she sneaking and texting somebody. Like, I ain't see none of that. Like, I swear, I was on her phone and I was sending music to her phone from my phone, and I was playing it off her phone in the car. You feel me? But anyway, like, we fast forward, we get to her apartment, everything was smooth, we smoke a blunt, you know what I'm saying? We do what we do, like, in the night off, right? Like, it's just the next morning is where shit just, like, I'll never forget this shit. So, I had work the next morning and shit like that. And she had told me, like, she would take me, so just to stay the night over her house and shit. And I was just like, you sure? And she was like, yeah, like, it's gonna be all right, you're gonna be fine. I said, all right, cool. So yeah, I'm over there. We kicking shit, smoking, vibing, talking. You know what I'm saying? Then did what we did. We went to sleep. This where shit start getting fucked up at. I remember like her getting up the next morning, like, and like I guess she heard something at the door or like a knock or what. I didn't hear it. I just remember her getting up out the bed, like, cause my arm was on her and I was still half asleep. So I'm watching, you kind of out the corner of my eye, her go answer the door or some shit like that. I don't know if he like kicked it in or like she cracked it and he pushed it in. But all I remember is like door busted open and she starts screaming, just starts screaming at the top of her lungs and shit. I'm looking at her like, what the fuck going on? I'm thinking she seen like a bug or some shit. I ain't even gonna lie, like. But then I ended up wiping my eyes off and I'm like, damn, I see a nigga with a shiesty and an ARP saying some more shit. He like, how could you move on? I helped us get this apartment. I did that for us. You ain't been texting, calling me. How could you move on with somebody else? Like, he just saying all this shit. Mind you, he got an ARP and a shiesty on. So I'm just looking at his ass like, what the fuck? Yeah, so I'm just looking at his ass like, what the fuck? Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. A part of me really was thinking, this nigga not finna blow this shit. Like, he ain't finna blow this shit for real. So I'm just looking at his ass up and down, like. But yeah, I'm just looking at this like, what the fuck? Like, is this shit real? Like, I'm wiping my eyes and some other shit trying to see if this shit is real. Like I said, I ain't even been up a whole 15 seconds yet before this shit then started popping off. But yeah, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't think he was gonna blow that bit for real. Like, that's why I was just sitting right there. I ain't moved yet. Like I said, I'm in my drawers, y'all. I'm in the bed. You feel me? All this shit going on. So I'm just, like, is this real? Like, what the fuck? So I'm sitting there like, what the hell? Like, I'm just looking. And, like, bro, he been talking for like 30 seconds. You feel me? Part of me just really feel like he not finna blow that bit. But I was sadly mistaken. So, like I said, I'm still in the bed, right? He's saying some more shit to her. And she just like, okay, just chill. But she's screaming and shit like that. And next thing you know, I hear him say, I don't give a fuck about you. And I don't give a fuck about him. He up that bit. ball, hit that bit one time. I straight pop up out the bed. You feel me? I straight pop up out the bed, put my hand up, like, oh, hold on now. Like, you ain't gotta do this. Like, you ain't gotta do this. You ain't gotta do this. You ain't gotta do this. You ain't gotta do that. You feel me? I'm damn near begging for my life in this motherfucker. Mind you, my girl, she tweaking. Like, she tweaking the fuck out. After that first shot went off, she was already screaming. But she's screaming to the very top of her lungs now, you feel me? Like, screaming in some more shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, she's screaming to the top of her lungs after that first gunshot went off. Like I said, I got my hands up telling him, you ain't gotta do this, bro. You ain't gotta do this. You ain't gotta do this. Mind you, this is my first time ever being over here, gang. I look at him, man, for 5 seconds. Like, it felt like 4 to 5 seconds. He looked that man dead in his eyes. That boy up ARP on me. Doom, 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 doom. 4 times. I get hit. I ain't even gonna lie though, I didn't know I got hit at first, but I ended up seeing his gun jam. Like, I seen him pull the trigger one time and that bit clicked. And I heard like this like voice in my ear, like, go, go. So boom, I see the gun jam. I run to the door. You feel me? Like, I run to the back door and shit like that. She on the floor crawling and crying and some more shit, like just kicking her feet. He was just shooting at me, so I'm trying to focus on getting to the door. You feel me? I'm trying to get us out the door. If I get the door unlocked, we could both get gone. So I'm struggling to get the door unlocked, but he get the gun back right. He starts shooting again. Boom, 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 boom. I get hit in the hip. I'm still trying to get this door unlocked, though. I'm not letting up on this door. Mind you, again, this is my first time over here. I get that bit unlocked. I jump over that motherfucker. He's still shooting at me, gang. Or at least I think he's shooting at me. I'm just hearing the bullets, but I'm hearing him smack the ground beside me. So I go to the breezeway next over and shit. Act like I'm finna go up the breezeway and come back down. You feel? Well, and come back down and shit like that. So I come back down the breezeway and I start stumbling. Like, and that's when I realized, like, oh, damn, I'm shot. Like, oh, shit. Like, I'm fucking shot. I got big ass hole in my hand, my hip bleeding, my head bleeding. I got blood coming down my face and just blood everywhere. I'm gushing blood from everywhere. So I'm starting to panic. You feel me? Because I ain't really know I got shot in the house. I just know that there's no way I couldn't have got shot because I was only like 3-4 feet away from brother when he started shooting. So boom, I'm panicking. I didn't want into this little gate they had in the apartments to get on the other side and shit like that. And I'm asking folks, bro, please help. Somebody help. Somebody help. I'm shot. I'm shot. I'm shot. Please help me. Help me. Somebody help. Please help. Help. Everybody just driving off on me, gang. Like, bro, speeding off on my ass. I finally get, like, walk a little bit up the street, you feel me? I ain't gonna lie, I'm starting to slow down a little bit. The adrenaline is, you feel me, it's coming down. So at this point, I'm telling myself, I don't necessarily know how bad my injuries are, you feel me? I just know I see a lot of blood, I'm panicking, and I'm starting to get weak. Boom, I tell myself, all right, Makai, you ain't finna die. You ain't finna die. Tighten up, tighten up. I straight drop right there, gang. Boom. Drop in the middle of the street, you feel me? I damn near, I pass out. You know what I'm saying, in and out. But I see my girl's car driving past me, gang. Like, I'm in and out. I see her car driving past me. I'm thinking it's my girl. You feel me? I'm thinking she got out the door too. You feel me? Because I ain't really look back. You know what I'm saying? I just knew I ain't have no gun. And I'm trying to make sure I get this exit for us. Like, it's fight or flight. You know what I'm saying? Fight or flight. That's it. Boom. So I'm thinking it's her in the car the whole time. It's him that done stole her car and he done drove off in her car. So you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm in and out. You feel me? So eventually, some folks end up pulling me out the street, I guess. I don't necessarily remember everything on the scene because it's still a little blur. I just remember seeing her car drive past me, and I remember the police pulling up, and I remember getting pulled out the street and shit like that. That's really all I remember from that point right there. Boom, so yeah, they pull me out the street. They like kind of like get me up. They put some shit on my hand, some pressure on my hip, and was letting me know that I was bleeding in the head and shit like that. I remember that. Why they kind of like, while I'm like getting myself like kind of back right, I'm telling them, go check the apartment, my girl, go check on my girl, you feel me? Like, go check on her. Police end up coming and shit like that. I remember seeing them fly in and shit like that. One officer tried to stay right there beside me and shit like that. It's gonna have to be a part 2 though, y'all. So this is part 2 of me getting shot and my girlfriend getting killed and shit like that. But yeah, my bad on how long it took to get part 2 up and shit like that. It was just hard to keep going after part 1. I'm still recovering. Like, this shit just happened 2 weeks ago, so this shit like still fresh for me, and I'm still like going through it and shit like that, trying to, get my head back right. But anyways, I'm finna tell y'all the rest of what happened. So boom, like a police officer pulls up and shit like that. They kind of got me. I'm in and out, you feel me? Again, I done lost a lot of blood and shit like that, and you feel me? I done just dropped. So the officer trying to ask me questions and shit like that, and all I'm telling him is like, bro, go to the apartment. I gave him the apartment number. Go check on my girl. Go get my girl. I'm like, I just need to get to the hospital. That's the only thing I'm really trying to tell the officer at that point. So I get in the ambulance and they take me to the hospital and shit like that. When I get to the hospital, but they ain't even put me in the room right away. They talking about a nigga had just got into a car accident before me and they had the room to him and shit like that. And I guess that was more important than a victim of a gunshot wound. I'm not sure. I just know I had to wait on the room and shit like that. So one of the officers ended up pulling up from the scene and shit like that. And when he get there, I see him. I ain't really think too much of it because I'm fucking shot. So I'm in a lot of pain at this point. So like I ain't even giving a fuck about him. But he ends up telling me, he's like, when we get a chance, I gotta talk to you about something. When we get in a private room or something like that. So eventually we get into a room and shit like that. Mind you, I'm going fucking through it. Like them trying to give me this medicine and me crying. I ain't gonna lie, I bitched up, y'all. I ain't never been shot before. You feel me? I was in that motherfucker being a pure bitch. Like that shit hurts. I got shot by a 223 or 556. I don't even fucking know. But the bitches hurt. Bitches burn. So I ain't gonna lie, I'm in that bit crying and shit like that. But eventually an officer come in the room. Or the detective come in the room and shit like that, and he was just like, unfortunately, when we got to the apartment, she was deceased. So I'm really just in shock. Like, I'm asking, like, you for real? Like, she ain't make it to the hospital or what? Like, she ain't, what? So, like, huh? I'm really just confused because I just didn't think that's what he was trying to tell me. You feel me? I thought he just wanted to know what happened. So yeah, he tells me like, yeah, we got to the apartment and she was already gone, And I really didn't know how to react, you feel me? Because it didn't feel real. None of that shit felt real. Like, even with me being shot and everything, I just couldn't believe it because, again, gang, starting from the morning when I woke up, I had only been up a matter of 60 seconds before I even got shot. So it's like, all this shit is not even real to me. I can't even process what happened for real because I really don't know. I never seen this nigga a day in my life. I never met him, never heard about him, no nothing. He don't know me from a can of paint, and this nigga just tried to kill me, gang. So yeah, they asked me some more questions and shit like that about what happened. Like, I tell them what happened from my standpoint, like what I seen and shit like that. Cool. That was really it from at that point. Mind you, I done left everything in this apartment. So my phone in there, my book bag, my work clothes, my shoes, everything in the apartment still. So I don't have nothing here at the hospital either. At this point, nobody still knows I'm shot. Like, nobody knows anything about anything of where I was, where I went the night before, who I was with, nothing. Don't nobody know nothing for real, you feel me? So I'm really just everybody in the blind. But before they released me, I used one of the nurses' phones to call my baby mama and shit like that. Because my baby mama got all my contacts. Like, she know all my immediate family and shit like that. So I made her call my immediate family for somebody to come get me. You feel me? So yeah, they eventually send me on my way. You feel me? Out the hospital. Mind you, they treated me like shit at that motherfucker. I can't walk. I can't use my hand. Nothing, gang. And they just rolled me to the front of the hospital, let me sit in a wheelchair, and then left me up, like left me, gang. That was it. Like I'm fucked up, limping out the hospital to my partner car when he pull up. You feel me? Whole time I'm really just thinking like, gang, it's no way, like, it's no way that my girl is gone. Like, nah, like, this can't be. Then the news report came out and shit like that. But yeah, I ended up seeing the news report when my partner showed me in the car and shit like that. I just broke down. Like, I couldn't do nothing but cry because it's like everything keeps playing over and over and over and over in my head. Like, I don't know. It's just a big part of me that wishes, like, I could have did something to save us. You feel me? Both of us. You feel me? Part of me feel like I really shouldn't be here. Like, why spare my life over hers and shit like that? I don't know. I just miss Shawty. I don't know. I just can't believe a nigga really came and crashed out like that. Like, nigga really came and crashed out over a girl that wasn't his no more. You feel me? Like, I don't know. She just, that shit sad, gang. That shit fucks me up. Like, my girl got scripted her life, gang. And shit. Also, there goes my girl's thing right there. Her obituary. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Just what happened and shit like that. I'm not gonna keep on rambling and going and shit like that, cause I'll be back in my feelings again. But what I will say, if you have a crazy ex or a nigga who is acting like he'll do something to you or hurt you, shawty, that shit is not cute. Leave that nigga alone, bro. I just lost my girl behind that shit, gang. I don't want that shit to happen for nobody else. I don't want nobody else to ever have to go through no shit like that. That shit is, I never get over that shit, bro. But yeah.
Um, it'd be so sticky, like it'd be like a tricky, sticky situation when you invite like company over to a house where you and your, I don't know if it's her ex boyfriend or whatever he was to her. That y'all share together. It's like these niggas be crazy, y'all. He literally crashed out, ruined his life, ruined everybody's life that was actually in there. Like that's just so unfortunate, and I want to send my condolences out to her and her family. And it's just so crazy because how can you get that mad that clearly he was probably abusive in the previous relationship that they had previously. But how can you be that upset where you take the life of somebody that you loved before and then try to kill her, I guess, soon to be partner or whatever it was gonna be. Like now you gotta live with that in jail. Now you can't have no girlfriend at all. Like what do y'all not be thinking about that? You're gonna probably spend a lot of time in jail because you have a murder and also really burglary, attempted murder, like first degree murder, and whatever else they're gonna charge you with. Because that's just ridiculous. And theft because you stole her car. Like what's up? It's so many other females in this world that you could have loved on and treated right the first time, and not, y'all little boys be retarded, honestly. I ain't even gonna lie to you, because you will have something good and fuck it up and then regret it and then crash out and do something like that. Like, that's just dumb. But Like I said before, I want to send my condolences out to her and her family, and just pray for a speedy recovery for this guy right here. Because that's just sad, and he didn't deserve that either. And hopefully he try to seek some type of therapy or whatever, because I'm sure that he's probably going to have some type of PTSD of staying over girls' houses and things of that sort. But I just ask that he just get peace and, just his grieving process don't be as, whatever. Just sending all love, honestly. But, yeah, so if you enjoyed that video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video.